Willie D Live.
What's up, family? In the name of public safety and immigration enforcement, ICE kicked in the door of a naturalized U.S. citizen, a Hmong man who was just at home minding his business when the door caved in and in rushed a bunch of dudes in masks and guns, pointing guns to his family members' faces, dragging him out of the house damn near naked, only to return him about an hour later like nothing ever happened. Check it out. First of all, let me explain to you what Hmong is. Hmong is a people living traditionally in isolated mountain villages throughout Southeast Asia. Large numbers of them have migrated or immigrated to the United States. And they did not expect this treatment. They thought that this was the land of honey, milk and honey, and opportunity, and everything was going to be cool. They had no idea that American law enforcement behaves this way. Anyway, his brother-in-law shared a message on Hmong American experience, updating us on what was going on and giving us a little background on Sally. ICE came to my brother-in-law Sally's apartment, broke down the door, trashed the place, handcuffed him, and put a gun to his daughter-in-law's head. They did not allow him to put on proper clothing and forced him outside in freezing weather. Sally is a naturalized U.S. citizen. He has no criminal record. ICE drove him around for nearly an hour, questioned him, and fingerprinted him. Only after all of that did they realize he had no criminal history and no reason to be detained. They then dropped him back off at his apartment like nothing happened. We believe they were looking for someone who previously lived there, but instead of asking for identification, they chose violence, intimidation, and humiliation. What makes this even more painful is Sally's story. During the war in Laos, his mother, Nurse Chow Tao, helped a Lao woman deliver premature twins. The mother could not care for them. Chow took the boy, Sally, and one of her fellow nurses took the girl. Chow ensured all her children became naturalized U.S. citizens. She believed deeply in doing things the right way, in protecting life, dignity, and family. To see her son treated like this in front of family with weapons drawn is beyond traumatic. This is not about politics. This is about basic human rights, due process, and accountability. No family should experience this. No child should witness this. And no U.S. citizen should be treated this way. Please share. Silence allows this to keep happening. He signs off Luanzi Moa. Okay, fam, let me explain something to you. Anybody assaulted by ICE and ends up in the ER needs to ask for a forensic nurse exam. They're trained in examination and documenting appropriately for legal purposes. And those documents can hold up in a court of law. Don't say I didn't tell you. Now, ICE obviously is a gang of bandits. So how do you stop bandits from running amok and raping and pillaging and killing and all of that? How do you stop them? Well, fam, this is what you... Listen, fam, y'all gonna have to read between the lines on this, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't think this way that a lot of people are thinking is going to work. I don't think that works, because if it did, it would have never gotten to this point in the first place. So I don't think that works. It's two ways. One is an act of Congress. The other is the people. Now, I'm not going to tell the people what they need to be doing, but because I can get in a jam. But I think you can read between the lines what you need to be doing. Congress ain't got the balls. They ain't got it. And so it's either they don't have the balls or perhaps they're all in cahoots. It's one big, giant collusion. George Carlin already told us it's one big club and you ain't in it. We ain't in it. So if Congress has the power to do something about this and they're not doing it, what does that tell you? Silence is complicit. I want you to understand this, fam, because this is happening in Minneapolis today. It'll be happening in Harlem tomorrow. It'll be happening in Philadelphia the next week. Houston, Los Angeles, Dallas, Memphis, St. Louis. It'll be happening in Jacksonville, Jackson. Next thing you know, it's in Miami. And they're going to make their way to Saginaw. Family, this is a crisis. But a lot of us, oftentimes, what we do is we sit on our hands when we see other people suffering. Because in our minds, well, that's their problem. What I'm trying to tell you, fam, is when bad people make moves on decent people and good people, and so-called good people, decent people sit back and say nothing and do nothing, eventually the bad people makes their way to the other good people and the other decent people because it's sweet, right? You gotta think about it, fam. If somebody can get away with stealing a car off a car lot and nothing happens, you think they're just gonna leave it at that? Or they're gonna go back and try to steal another car off that said car lot? Because it's sweet, they're going back. So this is how ICE is operating. ICE really operates very similar to current law enforcement. We're just seeing the cameras right now. This is really regular law enforcement for a lot of us. See, this is what happens typically in the hood. They just go in, police just go in and snatch people out and without a warrant. They're kicking in doors. They're killing people. They're marching people down the street butt naked. We just don't see this stuff all the time. This is being highlighted in 4K right now. So we see everything right now. But I'm looking at with this dude being dragged out of his house, half naked. I see this all the time in the hood. This stuff happens all the time in the hood. So now people who are not black are starting to experience what black people experience daily. Our city has already been under siege. We wrote a song, the Ghetto Boys wrote a song about it. What was City Under Siege was what year? 1990. We put that out in 90. City Under Siege. The city has always been under siege, but more specifically, our neighborhoods are under siege. All of them are under siege. The police been doing this. This is not some new phenomenon. But because it's happening to others, now all of a sudden, boom, it's world news. I can guarantee you, fam, if you start digging, you could find video footage like this and evidence of police doing stuff like this in black neighborhoods already. So we've told y'all well before this happened that sooner or later they was gonna make their way to you. But some of y'all think fat meat ain't greasy. So you kept on eating that big bowl of nothing that Trump was feeding you. Yeah. And you see how that go, fam? Like, we ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna tell you, as a society overall, we ain't gonna make it unless we stick together. This whole idea of if the people over there are doing good, that must mean I'm doing bad. That's a problem. Comparison is the thief of joy. This is why a lot of people are cool with this, because in their minds, hey man, I've been here all my life and I can't afford a Mercedes Benz. How they driving a Mercedes Benz? Go kick the door in, man, and detain them and just take them far, far away. Just get them out of my sight where I can't see them. I know what they want us to believe. I know what they're telling us. But family, these raids, this accosting people, running up on people at work, stalking people, ambushing people at Walmart. This is not about immigration, fam. It's not about immigration. This is about power consolidation. ICE is Trump's personal goon squad, and he's trying to get Americans used to the idea of an authoritarian regime. That's what this is about, because he's going to need that in order to protect himself, to shield himself from prosecution, because he knows if he loses the midterms, it's a wrap. If the Republicans lose the midterms, he's going to jail, and so are the rest of them. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.